Hi everyone, this is Ravi. Welcome to Eggplant AI powered test automation tutorial. As you all know, I've already published 3 YouTube videos where I have introduced you to the Eggplant automation tool, and then I've explained you the different components that are involved in Eggplant automation tool, and then I've also explained you the architecture of Eggplant automation tool. And in lesson 3, we discussed about how can we install and set up the eggplant functional, and then how can you install and set up the environment for eggplant DAI. This is our lesson 4 where we are going to start automating our first manual test case by using eggplant automation tool, and then I'm going to talk more about the different methods of scripting in eggplant, and then I'm going to talk about the basic scripting by using turbo capture method. Please do subscribe to the channel, click on bell icon. You'll receive notifications whenever I publish more videos. Don't forget to like and share the video. So our agenda is, first I'm gonna introduce you to the SenseTalk scripting language which we'll be using for eggplant automation. And then I'm gonna discuss about the top 10 commands and functions that we generally use in SenseTalk scripting while automating test cases by using eggplant automation tool. And then we're going to talk about the different methods of scripting creation by using eggplant functional. And then we are going to automate our first manual test using turbo capture. Our first agenda item is introduction to SenseTalk scripting language. Let us understand what is SenseTalk scripting language. So, SenseTalk scripting language is English like scripting language, which is very easy to read, write, and to understand. And then it is an object oriented and high level, which means this scripting allows natural interaction with complex systems by allowing users to interact with complex systems in a structured way, making it easier to model real world scenarios and manage different components efficiently. As I told you in my previous video, SenseTalk scripting language relies on the user journeys and the user actions. How an end user interacts with the user interface with his naked eye, instead of relying on the DOM structure behind the user interface. And then it is interpreted scripting language, which provides immediate feedback, making debugging and learning very easy. And then this scripting language is a modular and extensible, which means you can grow and evolve based on the testing needs. Why do we need SenseTalk? So SenseTalk has the following advantages, and hence we need to use this SenseTalk. First one is readability and simplicity. When you compare to Perl and Python like languages, SenseTalk scripts are more easy to understand and requires fewer lines of code. And then efficiency. So SenseTalk scripting language is a high level commands allow complex tasks to be completed very quickly. Flexibility. So SenseTalk scripting works within Eggplant functional, but also you can operate as a standalone scripting language as well. And then here is one real world use case where you can compare this SenseTalk scripting language, how easy it is to write the code when compared to the Python coding language. The left screen, which shows you the SenseTalk approach for simple and concise coding. So you can see here, read the number for the file. What we are doing, we are using put file num file into num. Add 1 to num, which increments the number to the file, and then put num into file number. We are saving the incremented value back to the file. That's it. So 3 lines of code without using any if conditions, any operators, right? The same language, if you see in the Python, you can see here. First, I need to open the num file and then read and convert to the integer, and again you need to use the operator to increase the number, and then again you need to write the increment number to the file. So this is your Python coding approach. This is your SenseTalk approach. You can see here, this is plain English like language and very simple to handle complex scenarios. This is actual coding language and there is a complexity involved in writing the functions. Hope you all understand why SenseTalk has an advantage in Eggplant over the other scripting languages like Python, Perl, and Java. So now, our next agenda item, let us see top 10 SenseTalk commands and functions. Eggplant functional provides various methods to generate test scripts, but manual scripting is often required for advanced automation. So here are some top 10 essential SenseTalk commands that you need to be aware. First command is click command. As you all know, this simulates the mouse clicks on system under test using images or OCR based text. As I told you in my previous video, Eggplant is totally AI driven. It actually interacts with the objects or elements of your system under based on the images or the OCR based text. How end user interacts with the application. When you are interacting with the application, you never see the backend DOM structure, right? But you just see the images and text. In the same way, the Eggplant interacts with the objects by using images or OCR based text by using artificial intelligence. If you see example of click command, click and the element where you would like to click. That's it. Very simple. And then type text command. This sends keystrokes to the system under test for entering text or executing shortcuts. So you can see the example here. You simply write type text hello world and then wait for command. So this wait for command pauses execution until a specific image or text appears on the screen, aiding synchronization. So this is not hard-coded wait. This is a smart wait. The example here, wait for 15 seconds to appear the PNG image, launch Chrome image. So basically, it waits for 15 seconds until this image is appeared on the screen. And then log command. So this log command logs the messages, warnings or errors for debugging or reporting purpose. Example, you just say log test started. And then image found function. So this image found function returns true or false based on whether an image is detected. Example, you can see if image found, this is your image, then log button found. So as soon as the image appears on the UI, it's going to log the text as button found. And then run with new results command. This run with new results command executes a script separately and returns results without affecting the main script. Run with new results login script. So basically, you have a main script. Under main script, you want to call subscripts like login script, registration script, or shopping cart script. Basically, you can execute the child scripts within the main script by calling the child scripts. That is the use of this run with new results command. And then wait command. As I told you earlier, wait for is a smart wait, but wait command is an hard coded wait. This wait command implements a fixed delay useful for debugging. Example, if I mention wait 5, then it's going to pause for 5 seconds no matter if the element appears or not appears. And then move to command. This command moves the cursor to a specific location on your system under test or on your application. Example, move to search box. That means your mouse cursor is going to move to this particular image. And then capture screen command. So this command takes a screenshot for validation or debugging purpose. So this is the command, capture screen. Your captured screen image name is errorscreen.png. And then set global command. So this set global command stores global variables for use across multiple scripts. Basically, these are all like global variables. So here, set global username. So that means this is my global variable to tester1. That means under this global variable, I am assigning the value as tester1. So these are the top 10 commands that you can analyze to understand the SenseTalk scripting language. So now, as we understand about SenseTalk, why do we need to use SenseTalk and what kind of commands that we can write by using SenseTalks, now let us go to our next agenda. Our next agenda is best practices. What are the best practices that you need to follow while writing your SenseTalk commands or functions? The first best practice is you need to use wait for instead of wait for better efficiency. As I told you, wait is hard-coded value, wait for is smart wait. It waits for an element to load or text to visible on the screen. And the next best practice is you need to combine click and image found for robust UI interaction. What do you mean by this? So before you click on any button or any link, first you need to use if image found function. If the button is visible, then only click on the button and log successfully clicked on button. If image does not found, you can simply throw an error message. So this way your script will not fail. It goes to next step. So you have to combine click and image found methods every time. That is one best practice. The next one is you need to use log commands to enhance test reporting and debugging. And then you need to modularize scripts with run with new results for better maintainability. As I told you earlier, this run with new results is used to call your child scripts into the main script. You can see an example here. Log. First, what I am logging here? Starting the test execution. I am starting the test execution in a main script. Under main script, I am calling 3 different subscripts. Run with new results login script, run with new results perform actions script, run with new results logout script. That means these are all the sub child scripts I am calling into a main script. Right? So this is how you can easily maintain your scripts. So login and logout are your reusable components. You will be creating these separate scripts for these login and logout. You are going to call these reusable scripts whenever needed. So these are some of the best practices that you need to follow while writing the script in SenseTalk. Now our next agenda, which is important, methods of script creation. So in Eggplant functional, you can create scripts in 3 different methods. First one is turbo capture sessions. Second one is assisted scripting. Third one is manual scripting. Now let me walk you through very high level what are these three different methods. In this particular session, we are going to concentrate on only one method, which is turbo capture, and we are going to see how can we perform basic scripting by using first method called turbo capture. So let me explain high level what are these. Create scripts with turbo capture. So you can just assume like it's a kind of record and playback option, but it has more features within it. So turbo capture speeds up script creation by recording mouse and keyboard actions as you perform them against a system under test. During a turbo capture session, Eggplant functional captures the images and generates the appropriate SenseTalk code for the actions that are executed by the user. That is turbo capture. Assisted scripting. So what do you mean by assisted scripting? Assisted scripting in Eggplant functional works with the viewer window in capture mode to capture the images from a system under test, assign actions to them, then insert the appropriate SenseTalk code to execute those actions into your script. Basically, you are taking an assistance of capture mode to write your script. We are not using the record and playback here, but we are actually taking an assistance by using viewer window in capture mode. So assisted scripting is one of several methods you can use to write scripts in Eggplant functional. So these methods can be combined as well. So basically you can combine manual scripting and assisted scripting together. And then what do you mean by manual scripting creation? So you can always create scripts manually from the scratch by creating your new Eggplant functional script in the script editor and writing your own SenseTalk code. So in addition, after you generate the code through one of the methods described above, right? So if you want to generate the code by using turbo capture or assisted scripting. So once you generate the script by using assisted scripting or turbo capture, so most scripts will require some further organization or editing. So which you can do manually by using script editor. So these are all the three methods that you can use to write the SenseTalk scripting in Eggplant functional while automating the test cases. So now, as I told you, let us concentrate on creation of basic scripts with first method, turbo capture. So this is very important. This is where we are going to start automate our first test case. So following is the procedure that you need to follow to create the basic scripts with turbo capture by using Eggplant functional. So as I told you earlier, turbo capture speeds up script creation by recording mouse and keyboard actions as you perform them against your system under test. So during a turbo capture session, Eggplant functional captures images and generates the appropriate SenseTalk code for the actions that you are executed. So now let us see step by step. How can you write a basic script by using turbo capture? The first step is you need to connect to a system under test and then start a turbo capture session. From menu, you need to select start session, turbo capture session, and your turbo capture session will be started. So now let us open Eggplant functional to start basic scripting by using turbo capture. So this is my Eggplant functional. First, I would like to create a new suite. So this is your new suite. I'm going to create a new suite. From file, select new suite, and I'm going to name this as Nope Commerce. So this is my system under test application. Okay, so I'm naming the suite as Nope Commerce and save this suite in the location. So this is the location where I would like to save the suite. Save this one. Now a new session will be opened here. So this is where you are going to write your scripting, right? So then I would like to connect to your system under test here by using main menu. Let's go back here now. So you can see here, go to connection and then go to connection list. So this is where we already established a connection with system under test. I would recommend you guys to visit my previous video how we have established system under test connection. Okay, so now I'm gonna connect to this system under test. Double click on this. So this will open your system under test. So you can see starting connection. As I told you in my previous lesson, you can see this is my system under test. Basically it opens a replica of your system. Okay, so I would like to select the profile where I would like to log in. So now I have connected to my system under test. So now let us go back to our presentation. So here we have connected to our system under test. So now start a turbo capture session. So you can start this turbo capture session and then execute your test manually through viewer window. Actions such as clicks, scroll wheel movements, keystrokes are recorded automatically. Hold down the shift key while moving the mouse to the capture mouse movements. So release the shift key to stop capturing mouse movements. If you want to really capture the mouse movements, you can also capture the mouse movements. So as you perform your test, screenshots are taken for each action, and these screenshots are used to create images for use in scripts. As I told you, Eggplant uses the images and text fields to identify the elements. So now let us go to our Eggplant. As I told you in my earlier session, I have introduced you to these menus, right? All the windows, you can see here, my welcome window has the same menu, and then my system under test also has the same menu. So here, to start your turbo capture, you just need to click on start session and then click on turbo capture session. So before we start turbo capture session, let me open the system under test that I would like to automate. So this is our system under test, which is an e-commerce site. I'm going to start automating the login functionality for now. To start the turbo capture session, you need to click on start session and then select turbo capture session. And this appears a green color box around your system under test. So that means whatever the actions that you perform under this green color box, that will be recorded by Eggplant functional, and all the images and your user actions will be recorded. So first, let us automate login functionality as we discussed. So for that, let me click on login link. As soon as you click on login, now you need to enter your email and password. Let us click on email text box and then enter the email ID. And then you need to enter the password. Once you enter the password, you need to click on login button. As soon as you logged in, now let us log out from the session. So for that, let us click on logout link. So now we logged out of our session. So now let us end the session. And now you need to rename this turbo capture session something informative, as the generated script uses the same name. Let me name this as login test automation. Once you rename this, you need to open the session by clicking on open session. You need to first select the script that you would like to open the session, and then you can simply open session. Click on open session. So now you can see here the session has been opened. So what is our next step? So when you are processing this session, refining the images and also cleaning up any unintended actions that were recorded during session is essential. So you need to advance through each step of the session. Naming and refining the images are needed. For each image, you need to adjust the capturing area or capture area, making sure that capture area is focusing on the element of interest, and you need to exclude any surrounding noise. So let us go step by step. First, click on login button. Select this one. So here if you see the area of the image, you can adjust here in the middle window. What we need to do is we need to remove the unnecessary noise. That means I need exactly this login image, correct? And you need to rename the image with a logical name. That means this is my link, lnk underscore login, right? So done. Once that is done, you need to also provide the max weight. So that means this is an intelligent wait. If I specify this as 15 seconds, plan functional will wait for 15 seconds to appear this login link. If this login link appears before 15 seconds, it automatically goes to the next step. And then when it comes to, if I go to the next step, the next step is related to email edit box. So when you are interacting with this generic UI elements such as email field, you need to consider the label instead of using the capturing area to specify the unique element. So the hotspot, this red cross, is the location where the action happens relative to the found image. So in this case, to enter the email in the edit box, I would like to use the email label instead of this edit box, because the edit box is same for email as well as password. So that's why I would like to rely on email label and remove your surrounding areas as we did earlier. And now your red cross is where the action takes place relative to this label. So action should takes place here. How can I change the red cross? Hold your control key. You can just click wherever you would like to take the action. Let's say I would like to take the action here. That means I would like to type the text in the edit box relative to my email label. So now that means now this edit box is uniquely identified. Earlier this edit box is very generic, right? So now let us rename this as txt underscore email. And here, because now your edit box is uniquely identified, you can change the search type as smooth for text. And the same way, you can skip any steps that you recorded by mistakes. If you see here, once I click on this email edit box, I have another click step. So this I can ignore this. So you have an option to skip this step. I can skip it. Now let us go to the next step where I am typing the email ID. So here you can change the email ID that you would like to type. So you can simply change the value also. And then let us go to the next field. So now next field is your password edit box. Because the password edit box currently is identified by using this edit box, which is not unique. That's why it says precise 2 pixel. Now I would like to change the image to refer the label. So here you can remove the surrounding noise by selecting the precise area. And now the red cross you want to change so that wherever you would like to take the action, right? I would like to enter the text here. And here again, let us rename this as txt underscore password. In the same way, here, because now it is uniquely identified based on the label, I can change this to smooth for text. And now you need to again enter the maximum weight. Once that is done, let us go to the next step. Here I am entering the password. So this is the correct password. So I don't want to change anything here. And then you need to click on login button. So select your next step. So here if you can see, this is your next step where you are clicking on login. So you can see the area is selected correctly. I don't want to change this. And then your cross, red cross is also on this particular button. So I don't want to change this. Now I can simply rename this as btn underscore login. So once that is done, here you can enter the maximum weight again to the 15. So it is very important to enter the maximum weight. And then if you go to next step where we are clicking on logout. So in this logout step, it is also possible to refine the turbo capture session to allow use of OCR instead of image search in order to identify the text element. Let us do one thing. For this logout, instead of image search, I would like to use the OCR. You need to check this checkbox, and now you can arrange the area where you would like to refer the element. This is my area of interest, and here I can now change the string to logout. So what you need to specify in OCR, you need to specify the text string that you would like to click on. So this is my text string. I have selected use OCR, and it is important for us to specify the maximum weight for OCR related searches as well. So I'm going to specify this as 12 as maximum weight. Once we complete enhancing the script by using the open session, now you can click on generate script. As soon as you click on generate script, it starts generating the script. See, you can see step by step it is generating the script. Now you can see this is the output of my script. You can see this is how it looks like. Click image login, click on text email and then type text, click on password edit box and then type text in password, click on login, click on text logout. So now let us run this script and see if the script can be run successfully. So it is very important for us to run the script and debug the script to see if we have any errors. To run the script, what you need to do is click on run and then open your system under test. So you can see here your script is running successfully without any issues. See, it's logged out. So that means your script ran successfully. Let us go back here now and see your script started here. It clicked on login and then it clicked on email edit box. It entered the text and then it clicked on password and then it entered the password and then it clicked on button login and then it clicked on logout. So you can go back here to your script as well. This is your script editor. So here also you can find the results. See here, whatever the steps that we ran, that ran successfully. So this is how you can build the basic script by using turbo capture. This is very important session for us to start automating more complex scenarios. In my upcoming videos, I'm going to show you how can we automate more complex test cases by using turbo capturing, and also I'm going to show you how can we automate our test cases by using assisted scripting, which is another method of scripting by using Eggplant functional. If you have any queries, leave your queries in the comment box. I'll try to respond to your queries. Thank you. Hope you all understand the concepts of our today's session, where I have introduced you to the SenseTalk basic scripting, and also I have showed you the top 10 commands and functions that we use in SenseTalk scripting while automating the test cases by using Eggplant functional, and also I showed you the methods of script creation by using Eggplant functional, and then we concentrated on automating our first test case by using turbo capture. Please do subscribe to the channel, click on bell icon. You will receive notifications whenever I publish more videos. Don't forget to like and share the video. Thank you.